Nico Harrison. This guy right here is the single reason why Maverick fans can't sleep at night, because this guy has absolutely destroyed the city of Dallas. I mean, we all thought Jerry Jones was the worst GM in Dallas, but after heartbreak trade and horrible signings, Jerry Jones is not even close to what this guy Nico Harrison has done to the Dallas Mavericks over the past couple of years, because it has been horrible. So this guy has truly been haunting Dallas Mavericks for a while now, and it's funny because this all starts, before he was even a GM with the Dallas Mavericks, he was actually a Nike representative. That's where his true fumbling really starts. But before I get into it, guys, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. It is very much appreciated. We're trying to get the channel to 10,000 subscribers. So you know what? Let's get straight into the video, guys. Starting off when he was a Nike representative, because it gets interesting right here, right now. So it's funny because, Nico Harrison was actually a Nike field representative for 19 years, 2002 to 2021. Like I said, before he was the Dallas Mavericks GM, which he got hired on June 28th, 2021. Now, it's funny because in 2013, when he was working there, this was the guy who fumbled the Stephen Curry deal. Stephen Curry was going to sign with Nike. It was a huge presentation, and he absolutely fumbled it. He sucked. What he did is he kept calling Stephen Curry Seth, which, of course, calling a person by the wrong name, they had a wrong PowerPoint slide. The slide had Kevin Durant's name on it instead of Curry's. Like, how you supposed to show me a presentation? Don't even got my name on it. No signature shoe. They said, no, you're not getting a signature shoe, and you're only getting $2.5 million per deal. Curry looked at that and he said, no, I'll be taking my talents elsewhere. Went ahead and took his talents to Under Armour. They gave him $4 million annually and a signature shoe. And look at Under Armour is a huge company now, and he's, the biggest brand athlete there, man. Under Armour is a great brand now. The Mavericks should have looked at his past and be like, this is a guy who fumbled Curry. We do not want him as his GM, because you know why? Because him fumbling Curry will let more and more mistakes happen over time, because you know what? His first trades and some of his decisions weren't horrible, but they get progressively worse over time. His first trade was trading Josh Richardson for Moses Brown. Josh Richardson was a pretty solid role player and Moses Brown was pretty much a center who had liability on both ends of the floor. He wasn't good whatsoever. There was no other picks included in the deal, and Moses Brown was traded away later. I mean, the deal was basically pointless. He traded a good role player for absolutely nothing, which gives me to beg the question, like, why did he even do this? Like, I generally want to see his vision behind this trade. Richardson averaged 12 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, pretty solid numbers in the postseason. Yes, his production did fell to 4 points, 1 rebound, and 0.7 assists in 13 minutes per game, which isn't good, but still, having a solid role player and trading him for absolutely nothing just tells you everything you need to know. Like, this trade was honestly pointless. Porzingis in the 2021 to 2022 season was averaging 19 points, solid 7 rebounds, and a good old 2 assists. I mean, he was a pretty solid guy. I mean, he was the number 2 option in an offense like this, which of course the number 1 option was Luka. He was balling out, he was starting to break out, and he was cooking. You know what they got for this trade? Spencer Dinwiddie. He's okay. Brother, this guy's been the meme of the NBA for a minute now. And David Bertrines. I hope I didn't say his last name wrong, but this guy's contract was like horrible. He was literally on the Mavericks before, and they traded back for him. No picks, anything like that. Porzingis got traded. He won a championship with the Celtics, of course, last year. Oh my God. This is where it starts getting bad. Like, wow, you just trade a player. That was pretty solid. I know he had some injuries, but like, why are we trading him for garbage? This trade doesn't even make sense. It makes no sense at all. And then Maverick fans, please look away, but we got the 2022 offseason. Maverick fans, if you know, a year before, when Luka was hurt in the playoffs, there was a player who was balling out. He was cooking. Jalen Brunson. I am so sorry, Dallas Mavericks fans, that you guys had to endure Jalen Brunson walking. He was obviously Luka's second best player behind Porzingis. They had a core of Porzingis, Luka, and Brunson. Pretty solid 3. Brunson was starting to break out a little bit. There's even an interview of Luka saying, he was like, did you know that Jalen Brunson was going to be this good of a player? He was like, yeah, I'll play the clip right now.
And I think I've told him this to his face, so it's not a big deal. Did you have any idea Jalen Brunson would be this good? Yeah.
They could have signed him earlier for 4 years, $56 million, and they failed. They lowballed him. They kept lowballing this man money. They said, you know what? No, we're not gonna pay you all this money, man. You just played a couple good games. No, which I mean, I guess, but like in a situation like this, who's been balling, you gotta go ahead and pay him. Brunson went to the Knicks, and look what he's doing with the New York Knicks. All-star. Not even an all-star, all-NBA player. Like, he has truly been the number 1 option for the Knicks. He's been leading the Knicks to the playoffs. He's been balling. He's been cooking. He is the number 1 option. He is that point guard in New York. Dallas could have kept him with Luka. Would have been an insane backcourt. Just doing people dirty, Dallas. Doing people dirty, Nico. I mean, if you thought those trades, the Porzingis trade, and you thought this Jalen Brunson not getting re-signed was bad enough, I mean, they had a big three of Brunson, Porzingis, and Luka. Everything was looking good, and that's already 2 out of the 3 pizzas gone. So pretty much at this point, it was Luka against the world. Now, yes, later down the line, he would go ahead and trade for Kyrie Irving. That trade was actually a good trade. That is the only good trade I think Nico Harrison has done in his career. But let's get back to the other trades that he has done before, you know, the Kyrie trade. They went ahead, acquired Christian Wood, and you know, he was all right, but he still had some horrible flaws. He had locker room issues. He was a defensive liability, and the Mavericks pretty much just let him walk for nothing because they said, well, like, they lacked it completely. They didn't have any front court depth. They just let him walk. I guess he was a liability to the team, but also they had no depth, man. Like, if you're gonna just let him walk for nothing, you should at least try to trade him for something. But no, Nico said, no, you're having locker room problems. Get off my basketball team. All right, this is where I really started losing my mind with these trades. Grant Williams. This dude traded for Grant Williams. Not only was it a 3-team deal, and they gave up, like, look at this 3-team trade right here. They gave up all this stuff right here. You have a 2025 second round pick, a 2030 second round pick. Now, it might not seem that bad. I mean, they got some seconds in there for San Antonio, but you know what makes this deal even worse? He signed a 4-year, $54 million deal. They gave Grant Williams this much money. This is ridiculous, dude. And you know what's bad about Grant Williams? I'll tell you all his problems. He couldn't shoot. He didn't have no defense, and he was always calling out his teammates for conditioning, which is really funny. The Mavericks needed to go ahead and get someone better in the front court. Their front court was lacking, like I said, with the Christian Wood trade. Their front court was lacking, and they traded for a forward. You know how tall Grant Williams is? I'm gonna tell you guys right now, Grant Williams is one of the most undersized forwards in the NBA. Grant Williams is 6'6". Now, that might sound like the worst thing in the world, but I genuinely feel like on the NBA court, he is very undersized. And I feel like a lot of people can go ahead and agree with me on that. Which, you know, having Grant Williams on your roster, not something you want to do. Real ones remember when he's like, I'm gonna make both of these free throws to Donovan Mitchell, and proceeded to miss both of them and lose the game. That was pretty funny. But after that, I wouldn't have traded for a guy like that. We can clearly see he has liabilities on the court, and he has the liability with keeping his mouth shut. Also, before I get into the franchise-killing trade, they also went ahead and let Casey Smith walk. Ever since that has happened, look at the whole Mavericks roster. Everyone is hurt. Kyrie, ACL's torn. I don't want to blame that because he's gone, because everyone's playing high minutes. I can't really blame that, but it's still, Luka still had injury when he was there this year. He had a calf injury. Lively's hurt. Everyone on that team's hurt. AD got hurt. Everyone is hurt on that team because they have so many minutes. So many minutes our players have getting played. They have struggled to keep all these players healthy, while the Knicks, all their players play high minutes and everyone's pretty much healthy. I know Brunson was injured a couple weeks ago. Even though, because we all know Tibbs loves playing his players like 40 minutes, 30 minutes, high 30s a game, they still have excellent health over there in New York. And look how bad it is for the Mavs. Letting go of him, the franchise killing move, or should I say the worst move in NBA history, trading Luka Doncic. The worst thing that I've ever seen as an NBA fan. It is quite literally the worst trade in NBA history. It might be the worst trade in sports history. It is so badly horrible. Like the trade details just shocked me. We all thought Shams got hacked when we saw it. We did not believe this happened whatsoever. Even Shams said he thought he was hacked. No one believed this. We all thought this was a joke. Who trades? This is like if the Nuggets traded Jokic. This is like if the Bucks traded Giannis. It's sad. No one believed this. It still shocks me to this day that Nico Harrison, it pulled off the trade. Rob Pelinka, I made a whole video when the trade dropped. Shout out to you, Rob Pelinka, bro, because you out here did some miracles, man. I mean, the Lakers, they got Luka, Kleber, Morris. You know what the Mavericks got? AD, 1 first-round pick, Max Christie. They got an injury-prone player, Anthony Davis, who's just played yesterday. He was out for several weeks. He just played yesterday. He got hurt on his first game. 2029 first-round pick. Luka went for 1 first-round pick, and you're telling me Mikal Bridges went for 5? This is some backdoor stuff. Like, this is insane. Now, you might see all the reports coming out, oh, Nico Harrison was mad at Luka's conditioning and all this. I mean, like, I guess, but, like, you can't just go ahead and trade your superstar player who's averaging, like, 30 points and gets triple-doubles like it's nothing. insane. Like, this is insane. You can't pull off a deal like this. Like, this is a franchise killing move. Look what direction the Mavericks are in right now. All their players are hurt. They're basically a lottery team right now, even though AD's back. They've lost enough games. They probably won't even make the play-in. Like, this is so bad. This is the franchise killing move right here. This is how you end your franchise. In a couple of years, when the Mavericks are down the dump, AD's hurt. He gets retired. Kyrie's ready to get up out of there. Nico Harrison's going to be fired. And it's going to be super funny, because it's going to be over and done with, because this is horrible. This is terrible. I don't even want to keep talking about it. I'm not even a Maverick fan, but genuinely, I think you guys know how bad this is. This is terrible. Just to put the cherry on top. No. He made another trade, which was pretty much just as bad. So if you guys didn't know, they traded Quentin Grimes, the Sixers, for Caleb Martin. You want to know something that's really funny about this deal? They traded Grimes and a valuable second-round pick for Caleb Martin. We're going to go on the real app right now, all right? Shout out to my boy Real. Shout out to my boy John, who, you know, made the Real app. Shout out to that whole community. They're great. We're going to go on Real, right? And we're going to look up Caleb Martin stats. Oh, out 8.7, 3 points. Hip strain. You're telling me as a Maverick he's averaged nothing in this whole season? He's only averaged 8 points per game. Oh, let's go look at Quentin Grimes stats. He can't be balling out. 26, 25, 28, 46. Yeah, Quentin Grimes is a walking 25-point bucket at this point in time. They traded this guy and he's over here in Philly dropping 44-point games, 30-point games, 25-point games. Like, bro, they traded another valuable piece. Another one. Caleb Martin has played like no games for the Mavs. He's played like 4. Grimes out here 30 piece, 25 piece, bro. You put him in your prize picks lineup, he guaranteed to catch. Put his points and his rebounds combined, he catching, bro. He dropping 30. These trades single-handedly kill your franchise. The Luka one trades it. I think the worst 3 trades out of this is the Grimes trade, the Luka trade, and most definitely not signing Jalen Brunson. This is how you kill a franchise. Nico Harrison, how do you still have a job? You are the worst GM in the NBA right now. He might be the worst NBA GM of all time. His whole tenure there has been filled with disastrous trades. He can't get any assets. He failed to go ahead and support Luka, losing key players, botching just trades overall. He has set the franchise back significantly. I think you guys can go ahead and agree with that. He set them back. They were just in the finals. Like, that is crazy to think they are just in the finals and now they're about to be a lottery team. Talk about defense wins championships when they traded for 80. Luka just brought this team to the finals and you trade him. Nico, bro, I don't know how you have a job. They could have built a contending team around Luka, went back to the finals, won a championship. This guy right here is the worst GM in NBA history, and that's truly all I gotta say about this Nico Harrison disaster. Don't let this guy cook whatsoever. He's gonna ruin your franchise. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. It is very much appreciated. Let me know in the comments, do you think Nico Harrison is the worst GM of all time? Because I genuinely do. This guy sucks. And I will see you guys in the next video coming very shortly.